Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. I got this question about business skills. I thought this was pretty interesting because a lot of developers that have really good ideas that are trying to build a business, they lack business skills, and I want to give some advice, some things that you can do in this situation. So the question is, or the email says, John, last year I got this idea that I wanted to build a rules engine. I have used commercial and custom built rules engines in the past at different companies, and I felt I could make something better. I also wanted to solve some of the problems I had encountered along the way that no one else had. The thing is, I don't think I have very good business skills. And by that I mean I'm introverted, and trying to start a business is hard. But for people like me, I think it's even harder. I gave it a half-assed try, but soon realized I was in over my head. I've still been working on my rules engine. I can convince people already that I already know to use it. We're using it at my current job, and some of my previous coworkers have shown interest and offered ideas. What I want to get your opinion on is, where do I go from here? I don't have the business skills to determine if it's one of those ideas I should really go balls to the wall for, or just keep doing as a hobby to sharpen my skills. I've started lots of projects like this over the years, and none of them really go anywhere. I'd like to see where this one could take me. I'd like to see where this one could take me and hope to make some money from it. I've thought about open sourcing it and making money from consulting, beekeeping, etc. Not sure how well that would turn out though. What other options do I have? Thanks, Rush. So Rush, your idea sounds sound to me. I think rules engine makes sense. I've worked with rules engines in the past. It's obviously a business model that people have found success in, but if you're afraid of the whole marketing and the business skills side of it, well, you're right to be, because you should be, because that is a primary factor in any kind of entrepreneurial effort. It's not the product so much, it's not the technical ability, it's the ability to sell, it's the marketing, it's the business acumen. So here's the thing, Rush. So if you want to be able to really go with this idea, you can't avoid the business skills. Now, you're going to probably find someone, and hopefully you'll find someone who has some of the business skills that can help you. I think that's probably going to be best in this situation. If you're a very technical person, maybe you can find a good business person. But in order to find a good business person, you're going to have to stop avoiding learning the important business skills that you need. You're going to have to kind of make an assessment of your weaknesses. If you really want to go forward with this, if you really want to have a shot at this, you need to understand enough about business, and you probably also need to develop, I'm not saying you can't be an introvert, but you need to develop the ability to speak to people, to be able to communicate effectively, and to not be shy. There's a difference between an extrovert and not being shy, and really, it doesn't matter if you're an introvert or an extrovert, you can still learn how to interact with people and not be shy. You don't have to draw your energy from them. I don't even really like the label, to be honest with you. So here's what I'm going to recommend that you do. First of all, I'm going to start with a book recommendation called My Personal MBA. This is, I think it's Daniel Kaufman. Anyway, really good book. It's just one of those awesome books, and it has a lot of books that it leads to from there that this will give you a good kind of idea. Like if you read this book, I feel like you'll have a really good idea of business. The other one I would say is Millionaire, let's see, what is this? The Millionaire Mindset. No, the Millionaire Fast Lane. There we go. It's a good book. It also will give you the correct mindset, I believe, to be able to accomplish what you're trying to do. But you need to up your education. You need to start reading business books. There's a ton of them I could probably list. I should probably do a video on the top 10 business books. People have been asking for top 10 books, but maybe I should break it into different categories. Anyway, you need to educate yourself on this and stop feeling like you don't have good business skills. You don't right now, but that's not a core attribute of you. That's a situation. That's what it is now, but you're going to change that if you want to be successful here. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to become the master. It just means, the reason why I'm saying this is because in order to find a co-founder or work with someone or business partner that's going to help you, you have to understand a certain amount of business. You can't just find someone and they're going to handle all the business side for you. Primarily, as one of the owners of your company, you're going to have to deal with business and understand that. I didn't realize when I started growing Simple Programmer, I didn't realize I would need to know all those business skills, but as I've developed them, it's really helped me, and that's been critical, and I have to understand those things. Now, I might not write my own copy, my sales copy. I might have someone, partner that's helping me do that, but I understand the process, understand what is involved, so I can properly hire people in those situations, understand when they're doing a good or bad job, and make sure that they're doing the right type of thing. And you need that in order to be successful. So that's really the advice I would give you. I could give you specific tactical advice, but I don't think that will help you as much. There's obviously lots of options that you can do with this. I will say from the tactical perspective that what you're going to need to do, ultimately, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to figure out where your audience is and how to capture that audience, whether it be through paid advertising where you're doing some kind of paid acquisition, or inbound marketing where you're building up a community or you're building up resources and getting people to come to you. Simple Programmer operates mostly on inbound marketing. In fact, pretty much at this point, 100% inbound marketing. People come, they watch the YouTube videos, they come, they go to the blog, they read the articles, and then they buy from there. They become educated, and that education leads to a sale. There's a lot that you can also do marketing where you pay, and you pay ads. You see ads on Facebook, you see ads on Google. That's another way. That's more difficult to generate revenue from, and it can be costly, and it requires a different set of expertise, and you can combine the two. But you got to understand these things and how these things work and how sales cycles work and how to actually sell a product. If you're doing enterprise sales, it's a whole different thing. So you got to understand enough of this yourself in order to be able to go forward and succeed. Again, I don't want to scare you. I don't want to throw you off from a good idea, but developing these skills are important in general in life. So anyway, I do have a course coming out. You can sign up to to be on the list of knowing when that launches. It's going to be something like Developer to Entrepreneur. I'm going to talk about taking development skills and basically building entrepreneurial skills from them, how to build your own business, sort of the lessons I've learned with Simple Programmer and some of the other businesses that I've been involved with over the years. But I don't know exactly when that's going to come out, but you can sign up if you're interested right there, like I said. Anyway, wish you the best on this rush. I think you've got a good idea. You just need execution, and understanding the business side is going to give you execution. And once you understand it enough, don't get me wrong, you can find a co-founder or someone to help you on the business side. But you've got to be able to do it yourself first. You got to be able to make some sales yourself before you try and bring someone else in. That's kind of the minimum requirement I would have for you. And this is going to take some investment, but I think it's a worthwhile investment to make. I think you're going to benefit a lot from learning some business skills. Don't forget to read those books I told you about. All right, if you have a question for me, email me at john@simpleprogrammer.com. I would love to answer your question. And if you like this channel, subscribe. Take care.